In this video, let's look into receipt processing in AI Builder. So I'm going to use a Power Automate flow to extract information from the receipt. So in Power Automate flow, you have uh, AI Builder. Uh, you can use AI Builder module. Within AI Builder, we have one more action called as receipt processing. Now, receipt processing basically will help you to extract information from the receipt. Now, this is useful for a scenario. Say, take for example, within your organization, you have an application. Within that application, all the employee will start uh, providing the input as a PNG or a JPEG or a PDF document of receipts for reimbursement. Now that receipt can be for the company work or purchase of stationery, sundry expenses, other expenses, those sort of things. They will submit this information to, say, maybe the finance department. Finance department will approve it, and then you get paid. Now, this one, how you can use it, like you can create a canvas app or a model driven app, and within that you can ask user for give them a screen to input uh, the receipt, and then once it is approved, the approved amount will get displayed within a Power Apps model driven app or a Canvas app. So this is how the scenario you can build upon. Now, basically, receipt processing, it extracts key information from the receipts. Now, receipt processing is available in Power Apps by using receipt processor component. So, if you don't want to go through the route of creating a Power Automate flow using AI Builder, you can also use independently within Power Apps using the receipt processor component. So that's also completely fine. However, do remember that it only accepts JPEG, PNG, PDF, and up to 20 meg of document. The document which you upload can have multiple pages, like say PDF can have multiple pages, but it will only scan only first page containing the receipt is processed. It doesn't support multi-page document. So remember, if you even if you have a PDF, make sure that you specify which page number you want it to be scanned, and accordingly you create that document. Now, what are the how it looks like? So if you see over here, this is the control. Basically, this is an action process receipt file. You specify the content bytes of the document, like the image or the PDF document. And here you have something called as pages. So you specify if it's a page, if it's a PDF document, you specify that, hey, can you please scan page number 3 or 4 or 1 or something like that, and then here it will return results of that single receipt. Now, as you see over here, it has given you the output, like I ran it for one of the receipt, and it has given me the result in the form of an item array. So the value it has given me is potato says gold, confidence 0.995, and it has given me some value over here. So I'm gonna show you in much depth how uh, this receipts gets processed in the demo. Now, what are the outputs which this receipt process uh, control will give you is purchased item name, purchased item price, and then we have merchant address, transaction time, transaction date, total amount, subtotal amount, transaction date, which you have seen over here, subtotal, tax. So these are the information which you can get out of this particular application. So let's jump into the demo. Now, before I go into the demo, let me show you which receipt I'm going to process. So let's assume this is one of the receipt. This is from Woolworths Metro, uh, from Sydney location, and then there are some items, quantity, and the dollar value, and this is the subtotal, and this is the total. So as you see over here, this is how the receipt is will be scanned. Okay. There are other receipts as well, like there might be some receipt which may not even have a header. So if you see this example, this does not have a header, but then it has other quantity, but then in a different way, like this has a total. So this is a Coles receipt. So total, FPOS, change, GST, Now all receipts have a different format. Now this one is from Target. So Target has something like this. So it has got item number, total, and then some information about the FPOS. And this is another receipt from, say, internet I got. So this is a receipt for Aldi, and this is how it receipts looks like. So all the receipt have different format, but then we're gonna just pick up one receipt and check the functionality. All right, so how do we use this? So I create a Power Automate flow, give this Power Automate flow as an input to, say, maybe a Canvas app. Within a Canvas app, I can create a control, or I can use a image upload control, and within that I will extract the image. And then when user clicks on submit, a Power Automate flow will call, and then this input is provided to the AI builder. Now this is that same flow, AI Power Apps flow, and here we will start writing the flow. Now before I go there, manually trigger a flow. First, what I want is, maybe I want an input, right? So I'll just click on add an input file, and this time I'll just call this as receipt image or PDF. Okay, so I'll just call it as a receipt image. So you input a receipt image, and you use AI builder action. So add an action, AI builder. So here we will go and select process receipt. Now if you want to see more, you can click on more, and then here you will see process documents, process invoices, and process receipt. Now there are three process actions, but this one is explicitly for receipt. So automate the extraction of data from receipt, use the AI builder receipt processing model. Process invoice will use AI builder invoice processing model. Process documents is basically again a generic one. It automates extraction of data from the documents you regularly work with. So this is document processing model. I will pick up process receipt, and here it will ask for input like receipt file. Now this one I'm gonna select manual trigger a flow and the receipt image content bytes, the input which we are getting from manual trigger a flow trigger. Then we have something called as pages. So if I click on show all, I can specify scan page number 1 or page number 2. Now, as it's an image, so we don't have a concept of a page. But if we had a document or a PDF document, we could have multiple pages in a PDF document, and I could have explicitly say that, oh, please scan page number 3 for the PDF content. Now, this doesn't make sense over here, so we'll leave it as it is. What are the output we're going to get? So I'll just click on compose, and then within compose, I will just check what output will the process receipt give me back. Click over here, expand this process receipt, give me 78 output. So purchased item name, purchased item price, purchased item quantity, purchased item total price, tax details amount, tax details description, tax details net amount, tax details rate, merchant name, merchant phone number, merchant address, transaction time, transaction date, total, subtotal, tax, tip, receipt type, country region, and some other generic body response v2 production output. Now as you saw tip as well. So that means it not necessarily it is only for grocery receipt, but it can be for your bill from hotel, or it's a hotel receipt or restaurant receipt. So fast chain food receipt. So those kind of things you can scan over here. Now I'm not going to use this compose. I'll just delete this, click on OK, and let's test this Power Automate flow. Publish and test. It will publish the flow, and then it will ask for input. Now, as I mentioned to you, I'm gonna give an input of one of the receipt from the grocery. Bills receipt, and let's pick up woolworths.png. Click on open, run flow. Now you can do various experiment as well, like as you see one of the receipt over here is like not properly legible. So some of the receipt, if it is not legible, even you can try that and see. like as you see over here, this is not clearly legible, but you can try it and see whether it is able to scan this information correctly or not. And sometimes I've seen it does a fabulous job, so it even scans the blurred receipt as well. So I'll click on done. I think the flow has executed, so it took 20 seconds because there were so many items to scan. Click on show raw output, copy this entire content, the output, and let's inspect in the JSON grid desktop. So I got body, I got response v2 and prediction output. In prediction output, I've got result and read results 50. Okay, 50 items it has read. So let's see, read results. So it has identified Woolworths, metro, address, then some details like the ABN number. Now this is just one and the same thing, like, or maybe it's like the name of the shop, Woolworths Metro, but it has identified it as two different components. And then this is important, right? The item. So this is the item: Schweppes infused grapefruit, to quantity, $2 each, and then total is 4.3, and like that it has identified all this items. So olive groove spread classic, and then primo pastrami, and lentil soup, and those kind of things, right? And it has identified the subtotal, uh, total, and as you see over here, it has taken 16 subtotal. So let's see the receipt. So it has taken 16 subtotal. I don't know why the 16 is over here. Maybe this receipt needs to be modified in such a way that if you have a quantity as 16, maybe just put qty 16. Let's not confuse, like the end user with this kind of format. So because AI even got confused with that what is 16, but it has done a good job in terms of identifying it correctly. And 56.95 the total and the subtotal. Now if I go to result over here, I get items. So there are 12 items, and the fields and the context. So 12 items. If I scroll over here, then I get to see the fields. So uh, if I click over here and expand fields, I can go over here and I will just click outside, maybe just here, and I can see the name, price, quantity, price, total price. So name, and then 0.978 is the confidence, price is $2 each, and then go to quantity and the total price. So this is for one item. Now like that you will have other items. So if I click on fields over here, this one is for primo pastrami, 977, so 97% confident it is, total price and location, and you get the value as 3.25. So this is how it this model processes the information. Now again, it is up to you in the programming sense, like you can extract the confidence value, and maybe if it is less than maybe 70%, maybe you can just ignore the value, or maybe you can further process it, or do some manual checks on the receipt. So it is not foolproof, but at least it will give you the entire structure. It will process the information, and then it will automate the entire process set. So that's it, folks. This is all about using the receipt processing model to scan the receipt in your application. Thanks for watching.